Bonjour, and welcome back to the French campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. So apparently I visited an international weapons exhibition and journalists asked about my impressions. I was not particularly interested. Our industry can produce much better weapons, but we cannot yet demonstrate them because they're secretly developed, I said nervously. So let's hurry up and secretly develop some new weapons. It's October of 1912. Some time has passed. I'm trying to engineer a conflict with the Netherlands. Do another increased tension here. They have a decent navy, and they're also allied with Italy. So okay, we're down to minus 19 now with Italy, without me even doing anything because of that event. And also me antagonizing their ally and cozying up alternately with Belgium, which doesn't have a navy and has only one province. So someone's going to go and finish them off. But because they have enemies that I also want to make my enemies, I'm trying to be friendly with them. So research. We're getting another battlecruiser hull in 10 months. That's not what we're gonna build right now, though. We are gonna build a light cruiser, which I think might be an actual light cruiser. We're also... Are we gonna build Dreadnought 3 or wait for Dreadnought 4? Either one could work. Okay, we got the Mark 119s. And take that one. We also have geared turbines now. So, light cruiser 5. This one looks like a proper light cruiser. This is basically what I've been wanting for a while now. Nice enough. Let's see, how big are we gonna make it? It's kind of fat, though. I think it's a little bit fat. If we make it slimmer... Does the tower still fit? It seems like it does. See, what's the resistance of this hull? It's 22. So the resistance and the gun damage reduction is like, it's gonna be shit no matter what. So it doesn't really bother me to reduce those numbers. Let's set it to 8,000 tons. Or that might be a little bit small, actually. About 8.5. There we go. That's a decent size for a light cruiser. So we got this style of tower. These are basically the same. We got this very minimal one. Or this one with the funnel slot. Let's see, 8 base, 4... no long range. 6 base, 2 long range. Both have 16 night vision. This one has better tower spotting and better torpedo spotting and a funnel slot. So we're going with that one. It can only fit one funnel though, but if I move the main tower up, I can have one there. That seems fine. That seems fine. What's my top speed? 28 knots. I think we can make that. So are we gonna go turbines? We can no longer go multiple expansion engines. Those are obsolete. I wasn't going to on this one anyway. 4.4 weight, or 4.6. 65 million. And 3 million a month. 77 or 3.6 monthly. Yeah, we'll go with the gear turbines for now. And if there's a lot of displacement left over at the end, we might downgrade these to regular turbines just to make it cheaper. Not just to build, but to keep in service. Because that's kind of a big deal. Main guns, we can only go single barrels. So far on light cruisers. The double guns on light cruisers, that comes later. Can you superfire over that turret? Yeah, you can. No problem. I'm gonna keep the stern here clear for torpedo launchers. Nice. And we're just gonna assume that these cruisers will be in service long enough to get the double guns. And Citadel 3. Plus 14 gun damage from resistance. And with the reduced beam and draft taken into account, we're at plus 38% gun damage received. We can bring that to plus 37 with the double hull bottom. .6, 5.8. We might consider it later on if there's a lot of leftover displacement. We can go... I think we're going to go Cordite here and TNT2. Flashfire chance is then pretty good. 7.9%. So, armor piercing. We can go through at 5,000 meters, 5.2. Basically. And at like point blank, we can go through 6. I think like 5 inches is the number to beat here. Like the minimum number. We're gonna go a little bit light on the fore and aft belts. Deck armor. Do we need a lot of deck armor? Not really. If we're gonna be fighting anything bigger than a light cruiser, we're gonna be worried about not just the deck penetration, but any other kind of penetration. So 1.6 times 4, we're looking at 6.4 inches of effective armor protection. Because that's what I've got the second inner belt set to. Right, let's make these 7.5s. And let's make them a little bit longer. .3 now at 5,000 meters. That's just enough armor to keep me safe. But we got plenty of a displacement left over. So we can pack on some thicker armor. Now we're looking at 8 inches of effective armor protection. Which makes me feel much safer. Bump up this, bump up that. And we have a lot of displacement to spare. Well, let's see now. We're at 130 and 6 million maintenance. 116, 5 million maintenance, 5.2 million. And we still got plenty of displacement. Yeah, we're going with normal turbines here to make these ships cheaper to keep in service. Turn that barbette around so this nub is not interfering with our torpedo mounts, which it might do anyway. And these torpedoes do not block the guns. Okay, so we're doing that kind of torpedo arrangement. We're going 20-inch. Standard propulsion. 7.3 kilometer. Make these still work, right? At 20. Yeah. Have them point forward as default. We're going to be getting triple launchers very soon. Lots of places to put these 3-inch guns. Have them not point out to the side because that looks kind of weird. Right, 3-inch guns. Let's have them also a little bit longer so they can reach out to 8.7 kilometers. Neat. And we want to make them also a little bit bigger. .3. And they still work, right? Yeah, they do. I think this is looking pretty good. No underwater torpedo mounts on this one. Anything else we want to add? Because there's still more displacement to play with here. Oh, yeah. The double bottom. Ooh, that's just over. That's just over, but it didn't add that much weight. We're only 52 tons over, which ain't bad. Don't want to mess too much with the armor. Let's make these 3-inch guns just 3. Actually, no, let's keep them 3.3. Just because I kind of like that. And advanced hydraulic is electrical lighter. No, it's heavier. Yeah, we're just sticking with the single bottom. That's, I think, pretty affordable for what it is. 28 knots. We are building some of these and sticking them with the battlecruisers. So this is Dreadnought 3, which is a pretty cool hull, but I'm wondering if maybe we should just wait and see what Dreadnought 4 looks like. Also, Battlecruiser 3, we're getting a Battlecruiser 3 soon. Battlecruiser 2 is just a slightly bigger copy of the original Battlecruiser hull, with actually worse tower options. So we're not going to bother with this one. So these things, oh darn it! I should have named it. What's its name? The one that earned so much fame in the war with China. Montcalm, is that the one? I think it is. Well, it can be the namesake of the next class, because this one will probably have to serve on for at least another year or so. I mean, at least another war or so. Probably the next one, which will be probably again with Netherlands and maybe also Italy if they join in, because we're gonna have some work to do here. Anyway, let's build some of the new ones, no matter what they are called. Let's do 12 of them. Yeah, we can afford that. I want 4 of them in Port Said, supporting those battlecruisers there. So the ones that are here already, they're gonna go... let's just send them to Bombay. Being replaced. They never saw any use in their duty as battlecruiser guardians, and they're already getting replaced. And the other 8... Let's see, I want to add 1 to each major task force. So Le Havre, and where's Marseille? And let's put 1 in Pearl Harbor as well. And the other ones can, like, go around different places. Like there and there, and let's put something near the Caribbean. I might have to build even more of these. Guantanamo. There. And we're just gonna have to go and skip ahead 4 months and see about these new hulls that we're getting. It's been 4 months. We now have a couple new hulls. So, battlecruiser Dreadnought 4, all the way up to 36,000 tons. from 28,000 for Dreadnought 3. Same resistance, slightly worse hull form, better floatability, better stability, and better towers. Okay, that looks kind of weird and backwards, but that's the main tower. Does it have a funnel slot? Lots of nice funnels too. It does have a funnel slot. Put one tall funnel like that there. Large funnel there, and they're almost the same height. That looks fine. I'm okay with the front funnel being taller than the rear funnel. That's fine. 23 knots. Let's start out at 22. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be an expensive boat no matter what. So, I mean, the engine damage chance is about the same. It's slightly better on the geared turbines. Slightly better cruising speed, slightly better engine vibrations. Other than the horsepower per ton, it's not really that much of a huge upgrade. I like this barbette because it's not too tall, but it also it's got those breakwaters on the side here, which we can just pretend are cranes or booms, as we've done before. We can now go triple turrets. And the 14s are soon Mark 3s. The 15s probably will be by the time this is in service. So we're gonna go 15s. 15 triples. Could also go 16s. I like the 16-inch guns, but it's gonna take longer for them to get upgraded. We're gonna go ABXY with the triple turrets. It does actually fit on the rearmost mounting point here, but that's fine. There we go. The citadel is covered. Let's have this slightly longer forward so that this piece here is almost in line with the hull line. It's not the same angle, but it's close enough. Can I not mount it slightly further forwards? No? Okay, so we're gonna have a little gap there. That's annoying, but it's not really a big deal. 12 15-inch guns. That's a major upgrade in firepower over previous battleships. It's also a big jump in displacement, so might only be able to build one right away. That's fine. It can be like the flagship. I have one like that in the Norwegian campaign. First super dreadnought I built. That was kind of the flagship for a while. Minus 45 gun damage from resistance. It's not invulnerable, but it's pretty stout. Now, TNT2 and Cordite 2, how bad is the flashfire chance? 24.1 or 6.8. 18.7 main gun range. Or 20.4. How brave do we want to be? Let's be a little bit daring here. How brave do we want to be? 28. 28 is not that much more than 24. And we get more range out of it. Pen at 10,000 meters. 18. At plus 100 armor quality. With tube, it would be 16.4. Let's see, we get plus 50 long range from this. Plus 29 base. Now we're like really talking tower stats here. And very good tower spotting too, which we're gonna need. Because I've been messing with some more game numbers to make torpedo boats and destroyers a little bit harder to spot. And actually make everything other than battleships and battlecruisers a little bit harder to spot. Because I've applied, in addition to direct buffs to torpedo bolt and DD visibility, I like applied global vision mechanics, I guess you could call. Something that is in between vanilla and dip. So then I've increased the visibility of the battleships and battlecruisers to compensate for that. So they're going to be as visible as they are in dip. Cruisers, light cruisers, a little bit less visible. And destroyers and torpedo boats are going to be roughly as stealthy as they are in vanilla. So extended belt thickness to protect from HE actually has to be like 3 inches. Roughly. That should still, though, be resulting in overpens from these kind of guns at most ranges. Should. But we'll see. We still have displacement left over. We're gonna need thick armor on them turrets, so they don't just explode all over the place. The turret armor is heavy. Times 4, 22.4 inches. That's pretty stout. Actually, that should protect my citadel from these kind of guns. Do I want to lengthen them? We are running out of displacement. Yeah, we're gonna have to stick with the geared turbines, because with the turbines, it's not that much heavier, but every single ounce counts. Hydraulic was heavier than electric, that's how it was. Can save a bit by making the turrets really slow. It's always an option. Do I really want to go triple turrets on this? Because it's gonna be a while until I get the advanced triple turrets anyway. Or do I want to go with my my usual mix of doubles and triples, which does give a like accuracy debuff on its own, but it's not that drastic. And I do kind of like it, just from a visual point of view. We're gonna do that and save some weight. And spend that weight on big heavy casemate guns. 6-inch guns, apparently not available as casemates, which is sad because that would be the ideal here. And we're right on the money. I do want to have more secondary guns though. I've been messing with, I'm not sure if I've uploaded it yet, but I've been messing with more AI behavior to make torpedo bolts and DDs a little bit more aggressive. Couldn't really make the torpedo bolts that much more aggressive. They have some, it really does seem like they are hard-coded to not behave as torpedo bolts, if that makes sense. So they just kind of hang around at range and pepper you with their little guns, which is kind of useless. So to compensate for that, I've given the early torpedoes a little bit more range. So if we meet some torpedo bolts that are really outdated, they might not be completely useless. Let's see, secondary guns. 7-inch secondaries. They do fit. I was afraid that these were going to be way too big. Or do I want to go with 7-inch singles? I think I do. Mostly from a visual perspective. Let's have you turn the same way. And you're also going to have to be 0.5 plus 10. Do you still fit? Yes, and you're also going to have some armor. And now we are once again overweight. Yeah, they still work. It looks tight, but they still work. Maybe it would look better visually if they were pointing forwards. That way the gun shield kind of protects more of the gun mechanism from ocean spray when we're sailing along. 4-inch guns don't have any places they fit. 3-inch guns do. Any like places that are specific for 2-inch guns? No. 800 tons overweight. It's not that bad, is it? If we reduce speed to 21 knots, because that's kind of the speed of the battle line anyway. Actually, more like 20. 700 tons overweight. Reducing anti-torp. Don't do that much. Single bottom does. What does that do to the gun damage received? Minus 40. Minus 44. Let's go with that for now, and just assume that we're gonna get some technology that makes it lighter. I know we got some like armor forging tech right around the corner, so that should work. Just making sure I do my turrets actually turn. They do. Good. I think that's the new flagship. Richelieu. Hmm. It was requested that I was to use some names from the Asterix and Obelix comic. So there we go. Did it fall into the big pot of a strength potion? Maybe. Maybe it's got a little bit too much strength potion in that cordite propellant. We'll see. Hopefully it will not explode in the first battle. Let's check out the battlecruiser. And it's the same hull over again. But let's build it. Do we at least have... We got a lot of towers. We got some decent towers on this. Let's build this. I guess this would then be Asterix. But are we going to get these in service in time to fight the Romans? That remains to be seen. Probably not. Because I don't think we got the shipbuilding capacity to even start building them right away. Two funnels like that. Neat. Nice. 28 knots. That works well with the new Marseillaise light cruisers. Electric. So guns on these, are we gonna go with the same 15s? I think so. Let's make that like the new basic caliber. 15-inch ABXY. That is a very safe and familiar layout. They just about fit too. Actually, that barbette is a little bit too wide for that turret model, like visually. Do I have anything that is like about the same height? But not quite as wide? I guess, yeah. that's a bit too tall. We're gonna use that one. Good, it works. Everything is awesome. There. Now we can't put as many secondary guns on this as on the battleships. It doesn't have any casemate slots. So it's going to be more directly focused on the big guns. Are we going to be risky with the flash fire channels here too? 34%. 29. It's actually a lot more volatile than the battleship was. So there, we're going with tube powder this time. $18 base, 35 long range. Not quite as good as on the battleship. Let's see about armor then. Can we go the full 14 on the main belt? Yeah, maybe. It can actually maybe have almost the same armor scheme as the battleship. And possibly get away with it. Maybe not. Maybe not quite. Let's go for 20 effective. There. That should be safe enough. Until we run into some like really big boats. Let's go with the 7-inch singles again. They are quite reasonably sized. Three per side. 7.5 as per usual. Not the most impressive secondary battery, but I guess it works. Any spots for these 4-inch guns? No. A couple 3-inch guns here and there. It's probably got some... I thought this one had more. It's got 5-inch casemate slots. 5 and 4-inch. Do we really want to bother with a couple 4-inch casemates? I don't think so. That's just not necessary. There, that's the Asterix class battlecruiser. Looks deceptively similar to the I forgot what I call it. It's here somewhere. Furieux. Because it's basically the same hull model. But it's bigger. It's got bigger guns. It's like almost 50% bigger in terms of displacement. So, that was 2 new ships. One battleship has been added to the production queue, and we're almost at limit. So the battlecruisers will have to wait 2 months, actually. Battlecruisers will take 22 months to build. So we're getting to that point where capital ships are starting to take 2 years. Construction, 23 months for the battleship. But it only says 20 here. I guess the construction time in the ship design tab maybe doesn't include some of the like construction time reductions that I've researched. Yeah. Guess I got a 3-month discount. So there, battlecruisers now under construction. These took the full advertised 22 months build time. No discount here. Anyway, we are building another shipyard expansion. Minus 22 million a month. That's not too bad. We can weather that. It'll probably go down once these are commissioned. Anyway, now let's see about getting something started here. We're also getting Destroyer 3 in 6 months and Large Armored Cruiser in 9. And also Dreadnought 5 in like almost 3 years. So that sounds like a job for the Maritime Design Bureau. But that's for later. The Dutch are ignoring me. And I've had it up to here with the provocations from the Netherlands, which were clearly at fault here. And there we go. We have a war, a double war, with Italy as well. Nice. So let's see. We have now enough free tonnage to build 2 more of these light cruisers. They're gonna go accompany the 2 new battle cruisers in La Rochelle. There we go. I could name these after Asterix characters as well. There's so many to choose from, and almost everyone has a name ending with X. And most of them are very punny, so there's that. Right then, Italy. I guess we're fighting you first. Because you're right there in my little Mediterranean. But we're also going to send out some ships here. I want to capture Sumatra and Borneo. Like, first thing. Sea region, Southeast Asia. I guess I can't capture it from this side. Oh, like rolling the dice where the actual invasion circle is going to show up. And you're going to go down here to Borneo. Yes. Right then, let's get right on with starting a naval invasion. And that's going to be, was it Sumatra? Yes. Borneo, I have to have something here in the Indonesian seas first. So, Sumatra it is. It doesn't take a lot of tonnage, apparently. Battlecruisers, you are operational. And the Italians are very much trapped, so they can't just keep running away from me. And they got some pretty big fleets, though. 58,000 tons for 4 ships. They gotta have a pretty big battleship there, I think. New armored cruisers are ready. Send out this force too. Minus the 2 lights. There. And we should now get 3 pretty big battles in one go. Where the Dutch Navy is, good question. Here it is. You're not getting through here with your 200,000 tons. They got almost 500,000 tons in total. 7 battleships, 3 battlecruisers. I found the 3 battlecruisers and 3 of the battleships. They got 4 more battleships somewhere. Are they also here somewhere? Here. They were hiding behind the Germans. Okay. So these guys are actually going to go up here then. Instead of going into the Mediterranean to fight the Italians. But that's fine. Right, let's see what kind of battles we get. If we get a small one first, we can do that now. If we get a big meeting, it will have to wait until next episode. Looks like we have an ambush. Get the strikes. Of course, the naval invasion is not where I sent my ships. We have an ambush against a battleship. That's a fun way to start a war. 300 million, 30,000 ton battleships, 26 knots top speed. With 10 12.6-inch guns. Well, I said if we had a small one, we could do that now, and that's what we're gonna do. That's a nice looking ship. That's gotta be a sheer design. Just with no signature on it. Let's see, you are gonna detach, and you're gonna join that one. So I have 1 unit of 2 and 1 of 3. And we're gonna have to try and get at this from 2 different directions. I have researched new torpedoes. It just was available a couple months ago. But they are not mounted yet on those torpedo boats. Mark II 12-inch guns. Anti-torp 3 double bottom. We've not been spotted yet, I think. Or how... I don't think so. Or maybe we have. No, there we go. Spotted. Now I'm invisible. Seven-kilometer torps. We are actually nearing torpedo range. T3 gets to launch first. T9 and 8. Moving in front to intercept. Because these torpedoes are really, really slow. They have the range, but they do not have the speed. Even if I do launch at this range, getting any hits is a little bit tricky. Let's turn off these little guns. They're not doing anything, they're just getting me spotted. I think they can spot me anyway, but... T7, you're gonna have to like, go up here. We're not that much faster than the enemy. That's a pretty fast battleship for, what is it, 1912, 1913? Oh, my torpedoes got destroyed. At least T7 launched before getting its torpedoes wrecked. T6 is still following. No torp hits scored yet. T9 needs to rearm. T3 as well. You're gonna lose T7. Destroyed torpedo just as the tubes were turning. No, that's not a good way to start the war with Italy. See if we can get T9 away to safety. before rearming. That might have ruined my chance. I think 30 knot torpedo boats are just no longer going to cut it if we're up against anything faster than like a dreadnought type battleship. Which this kind of is, but it's a fast dreadnought. Same speed as my first gen battlecruisers. Almost got those torps ready. Ah, and then she's turning away. T7, still afloat actually. Torpedoes destroyed. No dice for T9. T3 is my last hope. Almost unharmed. Smoke ready. Maybe I smoked up too soon here. Yeah, not gonna make it into torpedo range. So we're breaking off the chase and getting my boats home. Maybe not T3. Well, that was quite a decent battleship they had there. Can T9 survive? Yes. So 3 out of 5 torpedo boats lost. And enemy battleship unharmed. Well, we're just gonna have to get revenge on the next one. Let's see. No meetings. Not a single meeting that I tried to set up ended up happening. We got light cruiser battle up here in the North Sea. We get a strike on an Italian port. We have a convoy battle. Enemy task force defending 13 transports. That's a pretty hefty like convoy though. And light cruiser on heavy cruiser action. But that's an old armored cruiser, and that's a much newer light cruiser, so I think we have a chance here. There, and that was it for this episode. Yeah, we might still get a battle with the Dutch here in at Jutland, the regular spot, and here with the Italians, which are moving out again. I guess that's the battleship I just tried to ambush. Get the battlecruisers too. So this could be exciting. Goodbye, and take care.